Greetings, fellow vampire lords. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to V Rising Oakveil, episode 36, Nearing the Pinnacle of Power. So, once we have the charged batteries, we come over to the fabricator and mix it with some radium alloy, and bada bing bada boom, we'll have power cores. And the first thing we're going to do is upgrade the amulet with the power cores, and then slowly, hook up other things with power cores as well. Ooh, look at those. I like the look of that. Pretty high yield, too. Not bad at all. So I need 9 power cores, or let's do Master Spellweaver. Plus the Flawless Miststone, which, wait. That's weird. The tracking doesn't keep in mind that I have, a treasury. So that's not, I was like, don't I have the Miststone? I do have the Miststone. It's not being treasury tracked. Which is fine, I'll hold it for now. Sent me for a brief panic. Alright, I need some more alloy for the rest. So let's do that too. That's glass, mutant grease, and iron. And that's exactly why I didn't use all my mutant grease. Making the pristine hides, because I figured I was gonna need some extra sludge-filled canisters. Oh, you know what? Take that back. We probably have enough sludge-filled canisters already in my alchemy. So before I even start to use the mutant grease... One... Yeah, I had 26 sludge-filled. Oh, here's our gold coming out, too. So, let's pause the manufacture of gold so that we can mix tech scrap, sulfur, and sludge fill canisters for radium alloy. But, first gold. Alright, other things that I unlocked that I overlooked. Rugs, not a big deal. Castle teleporters, EMP... Okay, yeah, everything I have unlocked, I've used now. Good. And I'll just make a whole bunch of radium, because I'm sure I'm going to need it. Alright, I have got my power cores for this. And that will bring me up to gear level past 80 something. 81, 82, I don't know exactly. Let's do the Spellweaver one. 82. Well, that cooks up. The other thing that I can make with power cores is the redistribution engine with the charged batteries. So let's make some of those. I don't exactly know how it works. I have a concept. So, connect crafting and refinement stations to the redistribution network to instantly transfer items to linked containers. Construct additional redistribution engines to increase the capacity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make the paper making a little bit more straightforward as a test. So we'll put a redistribution engine here. And add a connection for the paper press. Which means, hypothetically, and then do the saw station to the paper press too. Which means that if given sawdust and coarse thread, it should be able to make paper. So as long as I put in the inputs, I get the outputs, I think. We'll see. So now these things are connected. So let's try it out. Feeding the inputs of wood for sawdust. I don't need a whole lot of wood for this, just a little. This is just an experiment to see how it works. Because it might save me some running around. If it works how I think it does. This wood goes in. I can also say quick send to all. So quick send all eligible items to connected storage by descending priority. So I did the quick send. It didn't go into my material storage. I believe it got sent to the paper press. And there it is. I teleported sawdust straight to the paper press, skipping the whole need for the interconnected storage, and the same. I'm doing the same with the loom down there, where we can send coarse thread directly to it. Granted, at the moment I have an enormous amount of coarse thread, so that's a little bit less useful. That's really cool. I like it a lot. It certainly makes interconnected bases easier to manage, without a doubt. So if my loom had coarse thread in it, let's prime it with coarse thread and see about it working. So loom has coarse thread. Oh, interesting. Oh, so I can enable auto send, but I think it might be because it's full. I'll double check. And I think the redistribution engine doesn't actually have to be anywhere physically. But yeah, let's say auto send. Thread is in the, yeah, I have it in the output, not input. It's like in the... So let's take a look again. Thread on output. And send. Does it work to other bases? I don't know. I only have one base. But yeah, there's what I needed. Got sent automatically. Pretty swanky. And I have enough for a weapon. Sanguine crossbow. Great. 2 ranged weapons. This is exactly what I didn't want. FML. Well, with that in mind, let's grab this stuff and go back to making gold. So the whole purpose of the gold, besides coin making, so I could mint some coin to be able to get the Sanguine version of like some melee weapons, But gold, of course, makes the Sanguine tier weapons. So let's see about... What I want to do is check Sanguine weapon price. We could also upgrade the Castle Heart, but I'm going to do that. How many more do I need for that? Please use the pistols. I like to see them. All right, I could cook up some pistols. That's not my Castle Heart. What am I doing? Castle Heart needs one more power core. All right, let's make one more power core then. I'll make a few more power cores. I'll take half of my charge, or most of my charged batteries, and make power cores out of them. But yeah, I really like the Redistribution engine and the treasury. Those two are such massive quality of life improvements. They're both awesome. Being able to interconnect and automatically send things and just, yeah. Very nice. Here we go. Got one more servant coffin. The ability to make the Eye of Twilight, which can see shards. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But the Eye of Twilight is going to need more power cores, schematics, and gold ingots, and I don't have the schematics. I know for sure because I just used them. Yeah, and the opulent. So, what did I want to do? I wanted to grab myself the last coffin. And I think I'm going to leave it open for now. I like the variety of blood I have, so I'm not going to make a new servant at the moment. So my priority, what should I do next? I do want to check the price check the thing. I could hunt V-Bloods. Or build the eye. One or the other, I'll leave it up to you. With my... Oh, I see my remaining time. It's probably a wee bit moot.
Bend to my rule.
I could build the eye. I don't think I have time for V-Bloods. Oh, interesting. The treasure hunter trader, I don't even have known. Like I didn't get... Oh, no, there it is. So I had like 7 out of the 20 schematics, so I just need like 13 schematics for the eye.
Wanna trade?
And if I wanted Sanguine slashers, let's say, it's $260. That's the price. Got it. So if I wanted to smelt a whole bunch of gold coins, I could try to buy the blueprint rather than gamble with schematics, which the schematic gamble is a little blah, if you ask me. Oh, good job, me. That's self-burn.
Secrets of the Sanguine world.
So let's get some schematics for that eye.
This isn't working.
And more tech scrap too. I need both. Yeah, that's already about 500 tech scrap. Whoa! Oh, I don't have my... Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I made myself a new amulet. I never actually put it on. I was like, why are these wolves such high level? 'Cause I'm stupid. One moment, please. Brain parsing information slowly. Information overrun. Memory leak detected. At least it's an easy enough fix. There we go. Gear level 82. That seems a bit correct. I was wondering why those, like, railgunners that I interacted with were just so massively strong compared to what I was used to. It's because I had no spell power. Your amulet is the source of your spell power, for the most part. So, like, 56 versus 17. Yeah, kind of a big deal not having that on. So I've gotten 0 schematics so far. But even scrolls and paper with tech scrap will eventually yield schematics. Any change on the upgrading servant blood quality? So there's a new fish that you can feed, which might be a better gamble than the radiant gruel grind. But ultimately, I think it's safe to say that if it's not, like, upper 90% at the start, you're probably not going to have a good time anyway. But I haven't actually done any of it, so that's just speculation on my part. Sorry that I never got to it. Hey, Henry, you want to die again? Maybe we'll just kill Henry real quick. Yeah, I got library flooring. That's going to be some blueprints. Or some paper. More schematics. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's definitely better than gruel. I would agree with you there. Even having not used it, I can speculate that that was almost certainly true. Unless the 0 to 100% chance of loss of life is errs on the side of 100% most of the time, but I doubt that's the case. I don't know how many of those fish I have, but we could try feeding one.
Expect no mercy. My pity is long spent. Marvel at my genius! Try me now.
I'm just killing him for the potential drops.
At your peril. Behold, the fruit of fire. I have ripped the light from the sky. No.
Ooh, I got a free barrier?
Let me now. Behold, the fruit of fire.
I cannot go on.
Maybe this was worth it. We'll see.
But you,
If he ends up giving me a schematic or not.
maybe you
Gold jewelry. Ooh, Sanguine axes. I would say it's worth
I
it.
will assert my will.
Because I don't mind using axes at all. More schematics. More schematics and radium. I actually do have a ancestral axe weapon, too. Meaning that I could have Sanguine ancestral axes, which sounds phenomenal.
Veins of the mortal realm.
Alright, where am I going?
Reveal yourselves.
This is a fast horse, man. Zippy. Max speed plus Wrangler potion. This is about as fast as you could travel on horseback. I don't believe it gets faster than this now. But I feel like I'm hauling. Oh, you know what? There might be a blood type that gives you, like, riding speed faster. I know that some blood types give you moving speed faster. But I don't think there's a riding type. Oh, worker gives you riding speed? Good to know. So there is faster. Why does my... How... Oh, that was... Okay. Horse invisibility is apparently my new ability that I have unlocked. Well, with all of that, I was planning on trying to unlock a Sanguine weapon, and I got it in a different way. I got it kind of more indirectly. No complaints from me. So let's try to get that Eye of Twilight now. I have the schematics for it, and I should have the power cores. Oh, no, maybe we need to make... I probably have the power cores, I just haven't put them away. Yes. No, I have 3 out of 4. So, I need a little bit more radium ore for the... or radium ingots for the last one. Almost there, guys. Almost there. It's also worth noting that, of my 2 sawmills, only the left one is connected to my paper press, so I'm going to get rid of the other one, because, it would not automatically feed where I need it to. Plus, unless I'm doing, like, bulk wood cutting, I don't really need the 2 anyway. You're really enjoying the new claws? That's something I hadn't done, is make the dark silver equivalent of the new weapons, and I really ought to have. Had I thought about it, I would have done it. It just... it filled across my mind. Alright, let's grab the power core out of the fabricator and get it going. Well, we made a very big batch of gold. Which means Sanguine weapons or coin minting. Yeah, whatever we want. So what this thing does, so the original one gives you the rift information. And what this new one does is it gives you the soul shard information. So you have soul shard of the monster, soul shard of the serpent, soul shard of the wing horror, and soul shard of Dracula. And essentially what that is
recognize my power.
Is it's like a server unique power up that's supposed to encourage PvP because only one person can have that specific soul shard per server. I'm on PvE, so it's like completely nonsense for me. It doesn't make sense to care at all about soul shards for me, but that's essentially what it the attention is that you are vying for the souls, the soul shards, which is pretty cool. I know I'm just about out of time, but the other things that I failed to have realized, which was the new weapons. So we've got the claws and the twin blades, and I think the daggers are new too. Am I right? So I'm going to make some dark silver and queue them up for next stream so I don't forget. And it looks like I'm out of spectral dust. I need scorched stone for that. So it seems like the material storages can't be linked to crafting, but the crafting benches can for redistribution, which is interesting. It'd be... I get why the storages can't be, because it would just, like, make random things out of your control, which could really backfire, I suspect. And then the other thing that I could potentially do is to fix up the frenzied hatchet that I've got here. This spell power and spell cooldown rate hatchet, in order to get that up to Sanguine tier. So I'm going to go a little bit over time with that in mind. So we'll do... Iron Axe to Merciless. And then the other thing I wanted is the Silver Claws, showing you the move set for these things. So you get a little bit of bonus if you want to stick around for that. Oh, daggers, twin blade, claws. Yeah. So I'll put my fishing pole away so I can have the axe. And maybe next stream I could also do the Sanguine pistols. I don't know if I have a handgun ancestral. I'll check. You can always buy ancestral guns from these merchants with Stygian shards. I just don't have a lot of Stygian shards. No, I don't have a handgun. Pistol. Also quite low on radium, but that's a problem for future me. Then we'll need a dark silver axe for that to get upgraded too. So, movesets. Here's the daggers. Left click is throwing. Q is like a... It is a snare, a fading snare dagger on the ground, like caltrops. And then E is release daggers. Inflict a fading snare, releasing all nearby daggers that are stuck on the ground, piercing enemies and dealing physical damage. So if you have daggers on the ground, you ignite them, or whatever the correct terminology is. Alright, next weapon set. We're waiting for still. Pretty cool. I don't think... it looks like one of those specialty weapon sets that you'd need practice to get good at. Which I am not practiced at, so I would probably just potato a lot, but it does look pretty neat. You know, if you got accustomed to it. And now all the extra dark silver is just icing on the cake. Here is the twin blade. And this was the weapon that Carver was using. So left is... God, I feel like I'm out of Star Trek or something. Left is like a large sweep. Q is a throw and recast where you teleport to it. Recall your weapon, piercing. And then E is a sweeping strike. Looks like a launching uppercut. There's that moveset. Waiting on the claws, and then the X. This is taking a while, so sorry about that. And all these extra weapons I'll put into the servant's weapon storage, I guess. Or no, I'll hold on to them. The last thing I wanted to do is the Sanguine. My first Sanguine weapon, which requires that dark silver axe, but we do have the ruby for it. That's good to know. And as long as I like the attack set of the weapon, that might be my main weapon going forward. I guess, while I'm waiting for that stuff to cook up, I should ready some blood for myself. So we'll use the corrupted blood, why not? Alright, here's the silver claws. Moveset. So left click. Swipe. Q is a dash melee. Kind of like the axe. Very similar to the axe moveset. It inflicts puncture. And then E is a skewering leap. And it doesn't incapacitate. You bounce off enemies towards your aim direction. Missing an enemy will cause you to stick to the ground for a short duration. Got it. So it is not to be accuracy required. Looks like it's a lot without using them properly. Oh, I didn't realize I had a Pell and helmet on. Without using them properly, it seems like they're like harder to master weapons. That's funny. I did not realize that was on my head. I must have picked it up somewhere. I'll use it. Masquerading as the enemy. Sounds fun. Yeah, I'm a vampire knight. If anything, it probably like pisses them off even more. You know, it's like taking the enemy's head or something, like a battle trophy. "44 seconds. Don't have a lot of radium alloy. Probably should make a little bit more of that. Sure, I'll use it. The new way to get passives is the bonuses that you get off these passives are really strong, but unlocking them is a bit more of an ordeal than it was before, which I think is good. I think it was rather easy beforehand, so now I'm all about it. Okay. Oh, am I gonna need to make another dark silver? Yeah, aren't I? Just occurred to me. So for me to get this up again, I need to make yet another lower tier axe. And then to make it sanguine. It's okay. I'll jump the hoops. So just a reminder, the attack set of the axe. The lunge, which is very similar to the claws, and then the throwing axe. Dual wield throw. It's a pretty versatile weapon attack set. But it will be my first ancestral sanguine once it's done. And it's also a spell power and cooldown rate, so it has enchantments that I'd like. Granted, it's only tier 1 enchantments. The Reaper has a tier 2 veil cooldown, and then the sword has a tier 4 spell critical power, which makes it real strong. I really like my sword spell critical power when it crits. I'd rather have like base power. I don't personally enjoy banking on crits. And then here's the crossbow that I made, the Sanguine crossbow finally, which brings my gear level up to 84. And then the frenzied hatchets will go up to, I think my gear level will be 85 once it's done. Which puts me at a gear level that should help me work my way up for future bosses, because there's a lot of bosses that I was not matched with, but now I am. So there's these two are that are significantly weaker, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more on top of that. So next stream will be a big ol' hunt, which is great. Come on, X. We're almost done. Didn't realize how much overtime I was going to do. Long enough that I got rid of all my buffs. And blood. Got a half liter left. If you don't like your ancestral mods, there's a way to change it later on, too. So here we go, 85, and that puts me pretty close to the needed gear level for the Immortal King Dracula. I can finally see him. I don't think I could see him before. With my last gear. Yeah, I couldn't track him. But now I can. So this, friends, is where I am going to leave off for this stream. Thank you for tuning in to V Rising Oakveil, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow vampires.